What? I can't move. Toji, are the rest of you also? The robot swings its clock hand-like sickle, manifesting the time-traveling powers of the world of Utopia. Within the hyper-accelerated vortex of time this creates, you feel as though you're trapped, frozen in time. It's going to grab me! Is there nothing I can do to stop it? Ouch! That really smarts. Huh? Wait, what's going on? Seems like Lancelot and the others are in deep trouble. Sanzo pulls himself to his feet, with the help of some solid mass nearby, looks your way and cries out. He doesn't seem to realize, however, that he's inside the trunk of the Sephiroth, and even propped himself up on one of its knots just now. Sanzo! Why are you there? You're inside the exception! Change of plans. That man is the greatest risk factor, and should be restrained immediately. Priority 1. Curran makes use of her ultra-high-speed predictive capabilities to reassess the dangers posed, and turns her attention squarely towards Sanzo. Sanzo's sacred artifact potentially holds the power to reject this exception, which could reverse every last bit of progress she's made, if the threat is not quickly neutralized. Why is she headed toward me now? How do I keep getting myself into these kind of situations? Sanzo begins running about in a panic, crying the whole way, as he's relentlessly pursued through the Sephiroth's tangled network of roots. Pursuing him through this mess of branches is easier said than done, however, due to the sheer girth of Curran's robot. Is he purposely playing decoy? Is that why he ran off before, too? Sanzo, I'll never forget you. Although hunting Sanzo isn't particularly time-consuming, it does mean Curran has taken her eyes off her true enemy, if only for a moment. And this leaves an opening. So, the guise is dropped then, and the curtain has raised on Utopia's world representative and administrator. Michael and Amaterasu appear on the scene, defiantly interfering with the chase by knocking away the giant robot's hand. Huh? Did those two just cover for me? All that grandiose talk about your master plan, spoken so passionately and so pompously, was this what you had in mind? It's clear now that the player known as Muz MX Other was covertly acting on behalf of the game's administration this whole time, which meant you could snatch the trophy away from everyone else. But did you really think we'd overlook that? The Sephiroth exception extends its roots to cover the entirety of the future city at a speed beyond human comprehension. And alongside those routes, soldiers from the future world of Utopia, known as the Missing, suddenly reveal themselves as well. The Missing are strong enough that they should be able to easily gain control of every app user And they know they're strong. They feel their own overwhelming, seemingly limitless might, and bask in it. Yet that's all they can boast of. They've lost everything else about themselves. I'm finally starting to see what Moritaka was speaking of. That is our future. If we continue down this path, that's what we will become. Nobumichi! Moritaka had only just recently filled in Nobumichi on the things he and his allies had seen. I'd heard about this from my father, Yatsufusa, who is not bound to me by blood. It's about my mother, Fusahime. In an era when humans and Therians did not interact, a different sort of connection took place, a spiritual conception. And from it, these orbs, these sacred artifacts representing the 8 dog warriors, came to be. Those two left them for us to serve almost as extensions of our bodies. But Yatsufusa, my soul father, always said that I never understood how my mother truly felt. Much like how Masashi Shinbei Inoue has never been able to get any answers from her, no matter how often he poses his questions. Yet according to Yatsufusa, that's okay. There's no shame in it, even if it feels like there is. Moritaka shared his own theories as to what Yatsufusa wished to convey to us dog warriors. We've come from an era when love between humans and Therians was not permitted. We came to Tokyo from a world, a time of endless wars. What we've found is a virtual paradise where anyone is free to love anything else. The only thing you can't do is force someone else to love you back. And that's how it should be. I regret that I could not be raised in such an environment myself, but if I were, this love would be something else entirely, not my own anymore. We are not made up solely of the things we're capable of. We mustn't turn a blind eye to the things we can't do. Do you remember what our father once said? How we live our lives should not be dictated by the presence or lack of opposition. Karen, I understand what it means to use children and toss them aside. I did my fair share of that back in my homeland. But these false pretenses are a bridge too far. You should have kept us informed, told us the truth. Dispatched to the rule makers by the administration, their guild master has always been adamant that she does not seek the victory of any one side over another. But now, not only has that been proven a lie, but Korpoker and the other world representatives have been made accomplices to that lie. Your options for escape are growing smaller and smaller as the tendrils of the Sephiroth exception drive you into an ever-shrinking corner. There's nowhere left to run. It's always a step ahead of me. You fly through the heavens at breakneck speed, over and over again, but always find the Sephiroth blocking your path. It is as if it knows your every move before you make it. Lancelot, are you unharmed? As one of the roots is just about to catch you, it instead is burned away on the spot by Amaterasu's mirror. Amaterasu, have you come to help me? I don't need any thanks. I'm merely doing what any good player in this game should. With that, Amaterasu diverts her light, her data elsewhere, using the now shattered mirror. In her heart, you can tell she wants nothing more than to apologize. The rest she intends to leave in Michael's hands. She's done enough damage as it is. I don't seek forgiveness from anyone for the things I've done. As far as I'm concerned, I did what I had to do. Amaterasu, shaken from the constant fighting, speaks these words in a calm, steady voice, with no hint of uncertainty. She understands that she's hurt many people through her choices, and she has no intention of denying that. She's long been fully prepared to pay the price for her actions. Do you have anything more you'd care to say to me? I despise you. I can never forget what you've done. Why is the third option even there? Isn't she our sister? But I still have to thank you. Amaterasu says nothing in response. You realize that perhaps she already knew, but just wanted to hear you say the words. She looks down upon the surface, upon your friends there, and smiles. So bustling. Everywhere you go is always so lively. It calls to mind the past. Isn't it strange? All I should be able to remember of it is the shame I am intended to lament. Amaterasu speaks nothing further aloud after this, her words muttered only to herself. Susanna, your future shines brightly within me, so much so that I'm embarrassed to admit it. The light within you makes me so jealous. It always has. It's all I've ever wanted. A single tear runs down Amaterasu's face, dancing in the space between day and night. I am Amaterasu, world representative of Takamagahara, and I shall stand my ground to the end, with all due pride in that title. I own all that I could do, all that I accomplished, all that I could not do, and all that I was unable to accomplish. The sun begins its disappearance beneath the distant horizon, and as Amaterasu stands in this moment that encompasses both day and night, she makes a proclamation. But just for this singular moment, will you stand alongside me here and now? I'm not asking you to forget what I've done. I hope that you never forget my selfishness. This is but a truce I'm asking for. You're on, Amaterasu. But not because I have to. I choose to. Amaterasu smiles like an innocent little girl for just a moment before you and she proceed towards the Sephiroth together. Eden's world pillar, the Sephiroth. I heard all about it from Michael once before. The path linking the Creator and humanity refers to that which links the One, or Tohen, with innumerable lesser beings. It spreads across the world, far and wide, gathering life everywhere